A world-renowned family musical favourite is flying into the Sunderland Empire next week for 1 week only on its current UK tour. And I caught up with former Emmerdale actor Liam Fox, who steps into the role of the whimsical, adventurous and slightly eccentric Grandpa Potts in the musical Chitty, Chitty, Bang Bang. I was interested to know how different it was preparing for a role for stage over, say, a TV role.
Completely different. It's like a different career altogether, to be quite honest with you. Especially the singing. The first time I sang on stage was actually a pantomime after I finished Emmerdale. So,
and how was that?
Suddenly you're in a touring musical. Oh,
was it daunting?
Yeah, it was a bit. You're thinking, and you go, oh, actually I can sing. I'm thinking, oh, it's all right. I've always been a bit nervous about singing for some reason. I don't know why. And this has just been on another level, you know, because the talent on this show, I mean, you know, you've got to compare yourself with some people who've been doing this for years, and the ensemble that we've got on this are just I've never worked with a more talented bunch. I'll be honest with you, they're just incredible.
And what about rehearsals? Is that quite demanding on your body and your patience even?
It was, yeah. The first month in London last year, that was, it was like a lifetime ago now. Last March, yeah, that was different again, you know. And obviously every day whenever I do warm-ups, I don't warm up as much as the ensemble because they're in the 20s. Do you know what I mean? They're dancing and jumping in the air after 2 shows. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I need my bed. It's kind of, yeah, I think I'm a bit fitter than I was when I started. Not majorly, but I've probably lost a little bit of weight, you know, and feel a bit more energised, that's for sure. Oh, next you'll be asked to do Strictly Come Dancing, maybe. Well, I think that's probably the only one of them shows that I'd fancy doing, really. Because I couldn't do the jungle, because I can't swim, I don't like heights, and I'm not eating all that stuff, you know. So, yeah. I'm with you there. I don't like heights and I don't like eating anything like that. No. So do you have a preference, Liam? TV or theatre, or do you enjoy them both? They're just so different. I've definitely got my love for the stage at the minute, because, I mean, that's where I started out as a kid, you know, when I was like, well, kid. I think I was at 17 when I joined the local amateur dramatics company in Stockport, and that was where I started out, doing stage, doing all classic plays and stuff, you know, and then TV was something that came later. So, yeah, you can't beat a live audience. But then again, if you get a great script for something and with a film or a nice drama or something, that's great as well. But I think at the minute, I'm not in a rush to leave the live audience experience. Yeah, and as I said, you're playing the role of Grandpa Potts in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang right now, a very quirky character. But what drew you to that particular role? Unemployment. No. It was just when the role was coming up, it was just like, really, this is like gold dust, this, you know, and to leave a soap and then to be 6 months later getting a chance to audition for something like this. I got a call. I was actually away with my wife in Bruges for a couple of days on holiday, and I got the phone call when I was in a bar and expecting I might have to do another recall audition, telling that I'd been offered it, and my mind was blown. And obviously, it's just an iconic character, and I've tried to keep it as near to Lionel Jeffries' version of it as I can, because I just don't think it can be bettered. It's kind of my own version of it, you know, but he's just mad, he's eccentric. And he is. They're big boots to fill, aren't they? Yeah, and that, to be honest, as a kid, I got into an actor because I did impressions, you know. I did loads of impressions at school, and I always liked the mad eccentric stuff. And there was, I mean, even with Dan in Emmerdale, there was something a little bit oddball about him when he got a chance to do some comedy. There certainly was. So I like that side of characters, really, if possible. And we'll hear more from my guest this week, Liam Fox, in Act 2 of the show, including a sneak preview of how he sounds as Grandpa Potts from the musical Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Dave's Music Cafe.
Time now to return to my chat with former Emmerdale actor Liam Fox. He's currently playing the role of Grandpa Potts in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang the musical, which is arriving to the Sunderland Empire this coming Tuesday. Now, as we continued our conversation, I was curious to know if Liam ever slips into Grandpa Potts mode when he's not performing the role.
Quite honestly, I probably annoy the rest of the cast, because when I speak to people most of the time, it's kind of going, oh no, oh, lovely day, innit? Oh, and just dropping into that to that voice because and that's not me just trying to be some sort of pretentious actor. I think we've done 275 shows up to now, and I think I basically turned into him. I can't help it.
Amazing. But for somebody listening right now to this, who's going to see the show at Sunderland Empire and perhaps doesn't know much about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, can you tell a little about what they could expect and maybe what you think makes it such a timeless and beloved story?
Well, do you know what? The world's a bit weird at the minute, isn't it? Every time you turn on the TV or look at your social media, there's some depressing news story or something where you're thinking, oh... So this is what the world needs. A lot of people come to see the show and say, I didn't realise how much I needed something like this. It's a proper family experience. Obviously, the film came out in 1968, so you've got people who are in their early 70s who were kids when they watched this. So you're going from grandparents down to little kids and even great-grandchildren. You know, it's great. There's a standing ovation pretty much every show, and it's feel good. And you'll come out of there with a smile on your face. And I think we all need to smile at the minute. We
do. And especially when you see a flying car as well.
Well, yeah, the car is the star. That gets more applause than anyone. But quite rightly so. It's wicked. It's really good. I know how it works, but no one can figure it out in the audience. So it's really special. And it's so worth coming to see it.
Do you have a favourite moment or song in the show?
I like singing The Roses of Success. I love it. I think it's fantastic. And for me, it was like, leaving Emmerdale was like, you don't know what's coming next. You haven't got a clue. It's like, you could be, you know, going on the road to nowhere. And in that, it says, from the ashes of disaster come the roses of success. And leaving a show like that could have been a disaster. But I ended up getting a show like this. So it sort of feels a bit personal when I sing it, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's probably the one.
And you've mentioned that you started rehearsing last March 2024, and then you've been on the road a long time, Liam, with the cast and crew of the musical, and the current tour ends, I believe, next month. I bet you're a bit tired now.
Yeah, we're all just getting on with it. The thing is, it's still a great show. It's still full of a great team. The thing is, everybody gets on still. After a year living in each other's pockets, you'd think you might get a little bit of tension going on, you know. And if there is, I've not seen it. And it's a really special bunch of people. And as exhausted as we all are, you know, you don't want to be the one to moan, although I'll probably do from one day to the next. You've just got to get through it, and you've got to entertain the audience, and just be grateful that we're part of such a wonderful show.
Yeah, and do you know what's coming up for you next, Liam?
I'm going to buy some garden furniture and sit on it for 2 months.
Well, you deserve it after all that traipsing around the country.
We'll see. You never know in this business, but ready for a break, definitely.
I thought we'd end our chat with a sort of fun scenario. So if you could take Grandpa Potts on an adventure in that flying car, where would you go?
Where would I go?
Anywhere. You could choose anywhere.
Maybe Grandpa Potts just wants to go and sit on a nice beach in the Maldives, I think, and have a whiskey and Coke. That'd be nice.
Lovely stuff. That's amazing, Liam. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us here on Pride Radio. We can't wait for it to open later this month here at Sunderland Empire. All the best for the rest of the tour.
Thanks very much, mate. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Liam.
Bye now.
If at first you don't succeed,
give up.
No!
Yes!
No! Every bursted bubble has a glory.
Each abysmal failure makes a point.